Very wise odds maker today. A very smart, sharp, a wise guy. Loves the Bears Sunday. Loves the Bears. What's
the spread?
This is somebody who makes a living betting tens of thousands of dollars on games. He loves the Bears. I know that's not my inclination, but Packers, they've got the win over Tennessee. It validated them. Chicago's on fire. Has struggled. They're trying to play their way in. Trubisky's hot.
I mean, I don't trust the Bears, but
I'm just telling you, it made me pause.
He likes some
a lot.
Yeah?
A lot of money.
Well, who am I to question the wise guys?
That's right. Joy Taylor with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
By the way, you look good in snakeskin.
You know what? I told you I'm trying to be festive for all the holidays in 2020, so
it matches.
I was in Vegas last year for New Year's Eve, which I actually had completely forgotten about.
If I wore a shirt like that, I'd look like a character from Boogie Nights.
That's exactly about my mind. I don't know if that's the look you're trying to go for, Colin.
You would look.
You can pull snakeskin off. I mean, why not though? Right. I would like to see. You know what would be fun? It would be like a fun webisode. Would be like Cam Newton shopping for you, and then you have to wear whatever.
That is good.
Show. I would love to see that.
So would I.
Because I actually don't think he would go that outrageous. I think he would kind of sense his style out.
Cam also is good looking, so he looks good in clothes. Cam is one of those people you could put him in anything; he would just look great.
That's true. So there's a lot going on right now. We just found out 8 minutes ago. Tom Pelissero just tweeted Ryan Fitzpatrick has tested positive for COVID-19. Out for Sunday's game against the
snap! So Tua plays.
So it's all on Tua.
No benching Tua.
I like it.
You do.
Sharks are born swimming. I say it all the time. I don't know if it makes sense and applies to this, but in my mind, you gotta figure it out. Sink or swim. It's time to go, Tua.
Oh my!
Let's find out what you got.
He said there's no pressure. There's pressure now.
No pressure now. Kyler Murray suffered a lower leg injury at the end of the Cardinals' loss to the 49ers last week, and that put his availability for a very important game for the Cardinals against the Rams in jeopardy. But Kyler put any questions to rest yesterday. He told reporters he's feeling good, and he will play on Sunday.
That's good.
If the Cardinals beat the Rams, they're in. If they lose, they're out. So another basically playoff game for the Cardinals. There's several of these this weekend. The Rams will be without Jared Goff. John Wolford will start. So congrats to everyone who was talking about benching Jared Goff earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Sunday's your day.
John Wolford. Pronounce the L. He said it's Wolford. And I'll say this. I don't know if they'll score. Nothing against John Wolford,
Cooper Kupp is also out on the COVID list. Their running back Darrell Henderson is out with an ankle injury, and Cam Akers is making progress, but is uncertain for Sunday. So the Cardinals should win this game convincingly, and they have to if they want to get into the playoffs. So the Bucs will end their 13-year playoff drought this season. Expectations were obviously very high for Tom Brady this year, although, in all fairness, in a COVID-shortened season, a quarterback with a new team,
new
after 20
city,
years,
new playbook,
new system,
new teammates.
Everything should probably be given a little bit of grace, but when you're the GOAT, you don't get that.
Yeah.
And Bruce Arians said that just making the playoffs is not enough.
It's Super Bowl or bust. That's the goal every year. Mm-hmm. And you can't get to the Super Bowl if you don't get in the playoffs. So getting into the playoffs was huge for us. And it's been a fun year. There's a lot of football left, and we're really excited to be playing.
I love the someone on the call. They really felt that line. Bruce said, It is a line. Can't get the Super Bowl if you don't get in the playoffs. It's true. And I understand why Bruce Arians has a lot of faith, because he's gone to the Super Bowl with a team that was a wild card team, the Steelers. So he's confident in that, as he should be. And he does have Tom Brady. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team.
I think they're really good against bad teams, and they struggle against good ones, and that's never a Super Bowl team. So I think they're a playoff team, and they're a playoff first-round winning playoff team.
Yes.
But they're not going to New Orleans. They're not going to Green Bay. They're not going to Seattle. They have shown no ability to go on the road and beat teams like that this year, so why would I think they can?
In a normal year, I would say this with 100% confidence that they weren't a Super Bowl team. Now, I don't think they're good enough to go to Super Bowl and win it.
Right.
But this is a different year.
There
are a lot of different factors. We just talked about Fitzpatrick being out with COVID. There's a lot of things that can happen in this next month headed to the Super Bowl. So they have enough, But can they put it all together in the playoffs? I don't know. With Tom Brady, I'll give him a little couple percentage points because he's done it that many times. Either way, they're going to be a fun team to watch in the playoffs. So, kind of a historic night in the NBA last night. LeBron James celebrated his 36th birthday, becoming the first player. He celebrated it by becoming the first player in NBA history to have 1,000 straight games with at least 10 points. He's held the record for the longest streak since 2018 when he passed MJ. His mark of 866 games with at least 10 points, and he's just continuing to build on it. The last time he failed to have double-digit points in the regular season was January 5th of 2007. He only had 8.
I'm still waiting for the decline. I guess it's very Brady-like. Tom still throws a ball like he did 7 years ago. I don't feel he's quite. He doesn't move quite. You know what? With Tom, a lot of it's psychology. He just doesn't want to get hit. Like at 36, he was willing to get hit.
He's always hated getting hit. Now it's like, really, I just want to be touched.
Yeah, Tom, you can tell. He didn't want to get hit. And there is the difference between LeBron and his age. When he broke into the league, he was such a fierce shot blocker and defender, and he no longer is. He was very good against Miami situationally. Like Brady. Brady will take a hit. If it's fourth quarter of a playoff game, he'll take a hit.
Well, one thing about Brady and LeBron is they're going to continue to evolve. So as their bodies change, they're going to change how they work out, how they train, how they train the offseason, what they eat, what they do while they're working out, and how they play the game. They're both such scholars and have such brilliance for their individual sports. They're going to continue to adjust. So I don't think LeBron's game looks anything like his early years, but he doesn't look like he's taken a step back at all. And a lot of that has to do with he treats his body like it's his job.
Offensively, I think his game has never been more nuanced, smart, and dynamic.
He's always been a brilliant passer.
And a ball handler, and he's got a real sense of space. But I do think defensively, he can give it to you in little micro bursts, but he's not going to give you 40 minutes of.
Yeah, but that's really all you need.
Yeah.
I also want to give a shout out to Becky Hammon becoming the first woman to act as an NBA head coach last night in the game for the Spurs with Popovich's ejection. Oh,
so I was going to say, I read the story. I read the headline, not the story. So he was ejected.
Yes. Well, the last time this happened, Tim Duncan stepped in. So
he retired or got out of coaching, I think, didn't he?
Tim Duncan?
Did he leave? Is he still there?
I think he's still there.
Oh, okay.
But yes, so Becky Hammon stepped in for Pop last night, so congrats to her.
Way to go, Becky. And we should get her on the show.
Yeah.
Joy of the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
So Joy touched on, I think it's significant. So Tua said earlier, there's no pressure. I don't feel any pressure. You can pretend like in life there's no pressure. It feels like pressure. So Ryan Fitzpatrick is out, and that means it's on Tua. And I've said this, and Joy said this. They have the number 3 pick in the draft now, Miami. They're never going to have that again. They have a great defense, a great coach, and tremendous special teams. The quarterback is the thing missing. Their defense is better than Buffalo. Their special teams have been better than Buffalo. Their head coach is at least as good as Buffalo's. The difference is they got Josh Allen and one's got Tua. And we judge quarterbacks almost solely on how they perform under pressure. That's why Kirk Cousins' numbers are unbelievable. But Stephon Diggs said, get me out of here. Because he didn't feel in prime time Kirk Cousins could deliver. And in fairness, he hasn't. That was the Andy Dalton knock for years. The numbers were fine. A Pro Bowl. What's he like in the prime? So this is a primetime game for Tua. This is the biggest game of his career. And if he shrinks, I think it's something. It doesn't matter what I think. But you do lose guys in the locker room. And now you're going to have to stick with Tua. And Joy's been saying, let's just let him play his way through it. So here you go. Now, Buffalo's not a great defensive team, but they're very situationally smart and well coached. They may sit some starters. It's you can tell yourself there's no pressure. This team's got a Super Bowl level special teams and defense, and they've got a playoff winning head coach. That stuff you can't argue. It's quarterback. That's the missing piece here. So I am fascinated to watch it. I wish Buffalo would play all their starters. There's a lot of Mahomes is not playing. There's some belief that you won't see a ton of Josh Allen. Although again, I'm kind of a player dude. I think it's a rhythm thing. I want my guys. Aaron Rodgers always talks about this. A lot of being quarterback is, all right, you get the playbook, you get the week's schemes, you want to get the players in the right spot for the play, and you want to get into a rhythm early. That was always a Peyton Manning thing. You start slow, you are slow. So get into a rhythm. I would like Mahomes and Josh Allen to stay in that rhythm. Even if you don't have a bye, just keep playing. Brady always played Week 17, stay in the bye. So I hope Buffalo plays everybody, because I think when you're young and talented, old teams I get time off. Young, talented, let them play. Just let them play. James Laurinaitis, who was a great linebacker at Ohio State, he was a great player. He's a Buckeye through and through, Big Ten Network analyst. He'll be joining us. I like Ohio State. I just bet on this morning. I think they're going to keep it really close with Clemson. I think it's a field goal game. I think it's low scoring. I think Ohio State's defensive line is going to push back heavily on Clemson's offensive line, and I think Trevor Lawrence is not going to have a ton of time to throw, and I don't think Ohio State's going to let Clemson run wild.